All right, welcome and thank you for coming. A special thank you to Alayne. I'm really excited to have her here for selfish reasons as well. My closet needs a massive paring down. I have two. I have the closet in the basement that were the cool clothes that I loved that fit before I had kids, and some fit but fit a little weird now. And then I have the closet I morphed into since having kids, and I guess maybe there's three now. Now there's the clothes that I actually wear every day, which is Lulu's on the bottom and my dress shirts on the top. So I think I need some work. But I've known Alayne a long time, and it's been really cool to watch her businesses grow and watch her grow into the businesswoman that she is today. So I have a little bio on her. She's always believed that when you look good, you feel good, and when you feel good, you can accomplish anything. She's a Calgary mom of two young boys, and she knows how important it is to have a wardrobe that is versatile, suits your lifestyle, and one that makes you feel both comfortable and confident. Her goal is to be a stylist who understands who you are and help you build a wardrobe that's tailored to your lifestyle and truly reflective of your individual style. Through her personal experience and working as a stylist for over 10 years, she's learned it's essential to know what your unique style is so you can shop smarter, less time in the stores, which is going to be really helpful these days. Waste less money, which I think we can all be thankful for. And I think we've all had those times when we bought something that we thought would be awesome and then it's not so much, or it doesn't get worn. And feel amazing in what you put on. She loves to help you get to a place where you recognize your style, know that your personality is truly reflected in what you wear, so that when you look in the mirror, you can't help but smile. So yes, thanks again, Alayne, for coming in. And your company name again is, I'm blanking on it right here because I remember Apostle, but I don't remember the
Cover Story Styling.
Cover Story Styling. And I'll make sure that all the links are here for anybody who wants them. So when we talk about paring down or a closet edit, what exactly is that and who needs it?
So I started doing closet edits more as like a first step for women who, like you said, the main target, I mean, Cover Story Styling is for everyone, but I really found, especially for myself in my own life, you have your life pre-kids, and then your body changes, your lifestyle changes, and then you have things for after. And it's hard to find this mesh, especially when your life is so focused on kids. Then you kind of lose your sense of self. And that's sort of what this all started about. It was really honing into your own sense of style, no matter whether your kids are 5 or 20, or maybe you don't even have kids, but you just want to kind of hone that personal style. Mm-hmm. And the wardrobe edit really comes in as sort of a starting point, because it really helps us determine what your style is, what your goals are. And the end goal for any wardrobe edit is to make sure that your process in the morning is really quick and easy. You can grab anything out of your closet, knowing that it fits, it looks good, it suits your style, it suits your lifestyle, and you can just throw it on and you're gonna look in the mirror and feel great, rather than having to comb through your racks and racks of clothes or pieces and be like, nope, 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 and then going for your same old, because that's just what you do and it's easy. So that's sort of the purpose of the wardrobe edit, just to kind of streamline things and make it easy and enjoyable every day, no matter what you're doing.
That sounds like a dream world.
It's achievable. We can do it. So like what I really want to do here is I do wardrobe edits myself with clients, but you can also do it yourself. If you want to go further in depth, and we can always talk about that. But there are some really easy steps to make sure that your wardrobe consists only of the items that you love to wear, that you feel good in, and that reflect your style every single day, no matter what you're doing. I think you should just feel great, even if you're just bumming it at home. Mm-hmm. In your half Lulu's, half blouse outfit. You
Party
should
on top.
Feel good. So it's easy, but sometimes it does take a push, mm-hmm. right? So that's sort of what it's all about.
Awesome. And so how do you, because you said find your style, and I think I know what I like, when I see it on people. I don't know that it would look good on me, or I don't think it would look good on me. So how do you help somebody find what their style is?
So when I work with my clients, I start off every service, no matter what it is, with a questionnaire about like, I find out about what their lifestyle is, what their week looks like typically, what they're wearing, what they like about what they have and what they don't like. And then we also go through a process of creating like a Pinterest board or inspiration photos that really show what they're liking. Because we know it's trendy, but what I like isn't what someone else is going to like. And I don't want to push my style on them. So I want to see what's grabbing you. I want to see, are you liking hats? And if you are, let's try some hats, you know, or whatever. Like, we really start with that inspiration board and we work with that. And in the wardrobe edit, I try to recreate those, because a part of what I do is we do the wardrobe edit, but then we also do outfit building. And I work off of those inspiration photos. And like you said, you like these outfits, but you don't know if it'll work. So it is trial and error as well. And we go through that together.
Right.
And we look at your coloring, your body type, where seams are hitting you, what you like about your body and what you don't. And we really kind of go through all of that, but that's sort of a more in-depth kind of process.
Right. Okay, cool. I'm looking here at your notes. So it looks to like you've got a whole process that you can kind of help us if we want to do our own edit. I'll let you start walking that through.
Sure. So first, I have this really cheesy, terrible analogy, but it does kind of help get everything in process. I'm the kind of person that when I'm talking to someone, if it's something meaningful, I can find like a song lyric and I'm like, well, you know, it's like Celine Dion says, and I'll spout off some like line from one of her songs. But I really like analogies and examples because it helps me put it into perspective. And so I really like to say, like, let's think of your closet or your whole wardrobe as an exclusive party. When you're doing an exclusive party, you're not just inviting everyone. You're not like, hey, neighbor John that I don't really like, I'm having a party. I'm going to invite you because you can see all the cars here anyways. This is an exclusive party. You're only inviting those that make you feel good. You're only inviting those that add value to your life and make you feel good. They're positive and you enjoy being around them. So your clothes obviously are your guests. Your party is your closet and your life. And you only want to be with those things that are making you feel really good. So you want to be selective and you want to be exclusive. And that is an important thing, especially when shopping. Don't buy the crap that's on sale. A $4 shirt, it's still a $4 shirt. Just because it's $4 doesn't mean anything. If it's $4 and it looks great and you put it on and you smile and you're like, yes, then that's awesome. But if you're like, it's okay, but it's only $4, save that $4. Don't get it. We're going to be selective. So that's sort of like the analogy to always keep in your head.
So less is more.
Totally.
Yeah.
And so the first step is organizing your closet. Before I meet with any client, I say, organize your closet. Let's get this in order first. And like, do you guys organize your closet? Is it already kind of categorized?
I think mine's actually pretty good because I cleaned it out last fall and did a massive purge. You know, as you say, organize your closet, I had to giggle a bit because I share it with my husband.
Right, yeah.
And he does not organize his closet. I could go in there and I could pull out at least half a dozen outfits that he's had probably since his 20s. And I'll assure you, he's nowhere close to his 20s anymore. So it's funny because I feel like I'm overtaken sometimes with his, but it's as organized, I think, as it can. Well, no, there's probably still some organization that can happen.
Well, yeah. And so it's really important. So we just separate the husbands or like whoever we live with, because I went through my husband's too a couple weeks ago while I was on Instagram because I was just like, let's check this out. Yeah, legit. He has stuff from high school in there. And I'm like, okay, the Dane Cook kind of like bedazzled Western shirt, it's not good anymore. Get rid of it. And it's funny, but it's also sad.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, we want to organize that. And what we do is, so first, go in kind of groups of types. So put your t-shirts together, your tank tops, your long sleeve shirts, your blouses, jeans, dress pants, etc. And then within those categories, break it down into casual t-shirts together, then more dressy t-shirts together, and kind of break it down into that. And then within that, go by color. And I say this for a couple of reasons. One is you're going to maybe be pretty surprised by how many multiples you have. How many black t-shirts do you have? How many white t-shirts? How many white button-up blouses? You're going to be surprised by this, and you'll really be like, okay, I can stop buying black t-shirts now. I have 6, don't need any more. And then the other thing is, when you're getting ready in the morning, you know, today I am going to work. I have meetings. These meetings mean I have to wear this. So you're going to go to that section of the closet and you're going to grab something. It's going to really help streamline that process of getting ready every single day. So that is sort of like great first starting point for the whole process.
That's a lot more detailed than I am, for sure.
Yeah.
But I have a lot of black, so it is quite organized according to color.
Perfect. Perfect.
Yeah.
So then from there, what you do is just, I call this the quick once over. Make those quick, easy decisions, go through everything, flip hanger by hanger, and pull out the items that you immediately know you're like, hey, I don't wear this, don't need it, haven't worn it in years, and get rid of those easy decisions. And from there, you can start making piles of things to consign, things to donate, and things to recycle. You can toss clothes, but I just found out there is a recycling program. Usually I would just take stuff to H&M, but they're closed. So there is a recycling program in Calgary where they will do different areas. And I can look this up and maybe even put a comment in the group later. I don't know if that would work, Carolee, but
yeah, absolutely.
Where they can come and they'll pick up electronics, they'll pick up clothes, your bottles or whatever. And I need to look into this because I was told it just the other day, but it would be great because you don't want to throw out stuff and just add it to the landfill if we don't have to.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to recycle more than just trash it. And then donate it. There's a couple places you can donate to Value Village. You can donate it to women in need. There's another one called Dress for Success that helps women that are getting into the workforce and they need those work appropriate clothing. And then consign. Why not get a little bit of extra money for the pieces that are in good condition? They're still in style, but you just don't wear them. Get some of your buck back.
And there's lots more consignment than there used to be. It's
totally,
they're everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah. And they're not all burning incense and they're not all like hippy dippy.
Yeah.
They're good quality pieces that they're selling for a lot of money. So you can get a good bang for your buck by doing that.
Yeah.
And they're actually doing a lot on Instagram now too. I've noticed a lot of online purchasing and selling, which is nice. They haven't just shut down in all of this. So they're still accepting some clothes.
Awesome.
So, first step is your organization. That's very important. And then the next step is the easy decisions. Now, this is where we get into the nitty gritty, and this is where people have a lot of struggles and they want to hang on because as humans, we want to hang on to our stuff. Let it go. This is where I bring in some like lyric from Frozen about let it go or whatever that is. So with each item, I have what I call the big 5. So these are 5 questions that I like to ask about essentially everything in your closet. The first thing is, does it fit you now? I have clients that have things that they're like, this doesn't fit me yet, but I'm working on it. And hopefully in 6 weeks it will. Or I also have clients that have said, this used to fit me, but then I lost a lot of weight, but I don't want to let it go in case I gain that weight back. So then you're holding on to these things that don't fit you. And I want to get rid of it for 2 reasons. One is it's noise in your closet. And the second reason is when you're going into your closet and you're seeing these things that don't fit you for whatever reason, it's automatically weighing on you. It is a negative space to be because you're like, oh, I can't wear that. Either it's too small, or what if I gain that weight back? So this is just like a lot of negativity, and we don't want that. That's not something that you want to walk into to get dressed and start your day. If you really, really, really are actually working on things, or you really are quite nervous, I say pack it away. Get it out of your closet, pack it away, put it in your second closet, put it in a big Tupperware or bin or whatever, and just put it away. Don't keep it there. So the second question is it in good condition? Does it have holes, stains? Is it stretched out? Is it fading? Are there the pilling marks all over it? Because we all get those little holes like at our belly button from our jeans. Mm-hmm. People see that. We see those holes, so get rid of it. I know so many of my shirts have that, and I'm like, nah, they don't see it. We see it. Everyone sees it. So get rid of it. And, you know, like if something has pit stains, if you think your black shirt is actually black, compare it to something that's newly black, and you'll see that it's faded. So really be selective and exclusive and make those tough decisions. If there are some things you're like, but I wear this t-shirt all the time. It has holes in it, it's faded, it has pit stains, it has baby food stains, whatever, then what I want you to do is make a note. Look for a new black t-shirt with a v-neck or whatever it is that that item is, and we'll be purposeful in finding replacements, because we don't want to keep it, but you wear it all the time, so I don't want to trash it either, because I know if you trash it, the very next day you're going to go through your little pile, you're going to find that thing and you're going to put it on. So just keep it, but we'll be purposeful in finding a replacement. The next thing is, you want to ask yourself, when I put this on, do I feel like me in it? Do I enjoy wearing it? There are so many times that I've bought something that I loved, but I put it on and I'm like, and then I take it off. But I don't want to get rid of it. Maybe it costs a lot of money. And I'm like, I spent too much on it. I don't want to consign this. I'm never going to get my money back. I'm not getting my money back at all by it sitting there either. So just make sure that it's resonating with you. You're feeling good. Then the fourth question is, does it make you happy? Because there are some things too that you might have that you're like, oh, well, this has a sentimental reason that I want to keep this. For years, I kept the shirt that I wore when we got engaged. I hated that shirt when I bought it, but we were going golfing and I'm not a golfer, so I needed a golf shirt. And I'm like, we got engaged. Big whoop. I can consign this now. Like, why am I keeping it? It made me happy for a while, but I never wore it again. I didn't need it. And then the last question is, have you worn it in the last 6 months? So there are some things that are seasonal, like a tank top, that you can think, did I wear this the last season that this was working? 6 months doesn't always apply, but you know, you can use your own decision making in that kind of stuff. But all of these questions, does it fit you now? Is it in good condition? Do you feel like yourself in it? Does it make you happy? And have you worn it recently in the last season? These are all really going to help you pare things down and make those tough decisions, because it's not easy. I know it's not easy. So it takes time. And these big five that I call it, they're really going to help you guide that whole process and make it less painful. But then you're like, well, what if, or what should stay, what should go, or I'm not really decided on this. Let's start with the undecided items. So the very first thing, if you look at something, you're like, oh, but I really like this, but I haven't worn it, but I don't want to get rid of it, try it on. First step is try it on, because chances are it may not fit you like it did when you first bought it. And the second thing, you might not actually really like it as much as you remember liking it. So that's the first thing, always try it on. And then if you still try it on, you're like, yeah, I still dig it, There's two things you can do. One is hang it where you can see it. Put it on the front of the door or on a doorknob or on your hook, because when we see things, we're much more likely to make an outfit out of it. So if I see this top hanging there all the time, I'm like, well, why don't I try it with this today? So hang it where you can see it. And then the second thing that works really well is flip the hangers. So usually all your hooks are like facing the same way on the bar. Flip that one around so it's opposite. And then in 6 months' time, if it's still facing the opposite direction, you haven't worn it. But if you do wear it, flip it back so it's facing the same way as everything else. So when you have these undecided pieces with the hangers that are facing the opposite way, if you put it on, flip that hanger back around, and then in 6 months, reevaluate anything that's still facing the opposite direction. You know that you can get rid of it and you're not going to miss it. Does that make sense?
That's great advice. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So those are sort of like the two tricks or three tricks that I like for the undecided items. Now, if you're still wondering like, well, what should stay, what should go? The first thing is, if something makes you feel happy, confident, maybe even a little bit sexy, or as sexy as you can be for school pickup, then keep it. Keep those things. If it works for your style and your lifestyle, keep it. And if it fits the way it's supposed to fit. Now that's like a confusing thing for some people, because they're like, oh, but I like oversized things. Okay, like let's just be you, do you, and let's just make sure that you're within that realm, right? Like I don't want to say, oh, but that's not trying to get rid of it or whatever. If you're loving it and it's your style, then good. Now remember, what should go are items that don't fit you, they don't make you feel good, and they don't suit your lifestyle. That can go. It doesn't mean get rid of it. If you aren't working right now, don't get rid of all your work clothes. Maybe just put them in that other closet for a while.
Like 6 months.
Yeah, Carolee, don't get rid of your work pants. You're going to wear those again.
All right.
So, yeah. But do get rid of items that are stained or damaged and pieces that just truly don't resonate with you.
Is there like when you're thinking about putting a closet together, this is going to show my age a little bit. I remember back in high school, we used to make a calendar of what we wore so that we weren't duplicating the same outfit multiple days in a row. And so we would like move things around. So when we look at our closets now, is there an optimum number of outfits, or is it really bad if we wear the same outfit a couple times a week? Or what are the rules on that? Is there rules?
Well, it depends on if you adhere to a certain strategy. I think a year or two ago, there was a huge capsule collection movement where people are like 11 pieces, 22 pieces. That is your magic number. And I remember looking at my closet and I was counting. I'm like, I could never do 11. Like 11 pieces total, but that really worked for these capsule people, right?
Yeah.
So I think there's not a number. I think that wearing the same pieces over and over, that's up to you. I don't let my boys wear the same things when they were in school 2 days in a row, because I'm just like, first of all, it's dirty and it stinks. And second of all, I bought you so much more crap. Like, wear that stuff.
Yeah.
So, you know what? There's no rules. I don't believe in rules. You probably remember that, Carolee.
Yeah, you're not really a rule follower.
No, I'm not. And I don't think that you can hard set rules, especially when it comes to style. Because even when I'm looking in these squares of all of us, we have got our own thing. I can't say that what works for me is going to work for you or you or you.
Right.
So don't listen to those rules unless that's something that really jams with you. If you need a rule, I know people really need rules. I have some friends that are like, I need these parameters. Well, then I'll give you parameters. But
well, and it's
we're
interesting.
just going to say, do you?
Well, because the capsule wardrobe, I followed that last year, and I was trying to get my wardrobe into fit in there. And so I'm Pinteresting all these boards with, these are the pieces you need to, and I could not make it work for me. The idea of only having a certain number of pieces, so there was a certain number of outfits, so that there was no thinking to it, made sense. But, and it brought a little bit of peace, but I just couldn't make myself fit there. So I like your system of, do you love it? Does it make you feel comfortable? Does it fit you well? Does it reflect you? I think those are more helpful.
Totally. And I think too, the capsule wardrobe, at least for me, that was so overwhelming. I felt very restricted, and I was like, well, great, now I need to go buy these things that they're telling me I need to have to complete these outfits. Whereas in my head, I'm not saying go buy all of this stuff. Keep what you have, but let's get rid of all of that noise, that dead weight in your closet that's just taking up space, so that essentially you are creating your own capsule in whatever method this means, but you're creating it in the sense that you're only going to have pieces that you love, that you feel great in, and that reflect your style, so that every morning you can go to your t-shirts because you're just hanging at home with whoever. You can grab that t-shirt because it doesn't matter which one you get, because you're going to love it. So to me, that makes a lot more sense. It's a lot more flexible and easygoing. But yeah, so that's, I don't believe in the capsule, but essentially we are creating our own capsule collection.
Right.
Which I never thought of until right now.
Yeah.
But now, as we go along, I've kind of talked about that mythical, extra closet, or the plastic storage box.
Yeah.
What we're going to put in that is, first of all, kind of things that are out of season, because you don't need to see your woolly sweaters in the summer. They're just going to kind of take up space. You want to kind of get rid of, like I said, those pieces that don't fit, because we want to create that really positive vibe in your closet. Special occasion items. If you have a place that you can put those outfits that you've got to wear to a wedding, or to a gala, or to the oil and gas Christmas parties that happened 10 years ago and we're probably never going to see again, all of those special occasion pieces, you can put those away, because those aren't a part of your everyday. You're not going to grab that. But I also say that, and right now I have my grade 12 grad dress sitting in my closet because I thought it would be super hilarious to try to put it on, and I showed it all on Instagram, and it was a good time. I should get rid of that. I should put that back down in the basement. But all that to say, if you have work clothes and you're not currently working, or for whatever reason, whether it's this COVID mess or it's you've had a baby, you can put those work clothes away as well, because those aren't going to be a part of your daily or even weekly or monthly rotation. So find an area, put it aside, even if it's in the back of that closet because of whatever space constraints, then do that. Just get rid of it. We only want to keep those things that are really part of your weekly life and your lifestyle. So that is sort of like the main thing, and it seems easy, but it's going to take a little bit of self-preservation to push through and make those tough decisions, especially with the big five, with that step of the big five.
Yeah, as you were talking, I'm imagining some of the there's some easy ones. It's like, yes, it's time for those to go, but yeah, there's some other ones that I know haven't been worn, and I should probably make some decisions on that.
Totally. And it feels so good to get rid of things. I have clients all the time that they're really anxious at the start of it, because they're like, I don't want to you're going to leave me with nothing. First of all, I'm not Stacey London. I'm not going to tear you apart. I'm not going to shame you and embarrass you. I'm not going to do that. And obviously you're not going to do that to yourself either. But when you really clear out that clutter, I've never had someone say to me afterwards, I wish I didn't do this, or I wish I didn't get rid of all of that. Everyone after is like, this was incredible. And make sure that you're doing an edit, not only on your clothes, but your shoes, your coats, your socks and underwear. Dear Lord, how many of us have cotton fullback undies with holes in it and we're not letting them go? Let that go. You can get new stuff.
Yeah. I was going to make a comment.
Do it with your pajamas, right? Like
I'm getting the finger from my mom, and not that finger. I'm getting the no.
Yeah.
Okay, Mom,
like,
I'll leave it alone.
There.
Yeah, I'll leave it alone, Mom.
Too much information. Yeah. So just like do all of your stuff. And it takes a weight off of your shoulders like you don't expect it to. So I just encourage you. And if you're overwhelmed by it, do one section at a time. Be like, okay, today I'm going to do my t-shirts. Mm-hmm. And just start there, because it's really just about starting. And once you start, you can't stop. I don't know. If it weren't for my kids, I'd probably do my husband's like every day, right? Get rid of those Dane Cook shirts. He doesn't need that, and I don't want to see it. So yeah, that's just like, make sure you're doing everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that. And if we are overwhelmed, or if we just are feeling like we don't know where to start, we don't know how to find our style or try, and you are doing virtual sessions with people still.
Oh yeah. And that'll be something that I always offer. And one great thing about this time that we're in is when I started Cover Story, I wanted to do it, but I didn't know how, because I was like, well, there's people in Edmonton that I know that want this and they're asking for it. So this is just going to be the virtual sessions done via Zoom like this. They're just going to be a part of my everyday offering as well. And the great thing about the virtual sessions is that I break it down into 2 different parts. So the first session, we do the closet edit, and then I give you a week to kind of like get to know your closet, work with it, see how it's like vibing with you, continue that edit and keep pulling things out. And then in the next session, we build outfits. And so we look at your Pinterest board, we look at what you have, and we put outfits together. And one thing that I have, like a tip that I tell everybody to do, is to take a picture. So put on your clothes and take a picture. Even if you're at the stores and you're trying something on, take a photo of yourself in the mirror and look at that picture, because what you're seeing in the mirror isn't the same perspective as if you were to take a photo. Stores have all this tricky lighting and tricky mirrors that are doing all these mind games with us. So when you take a photo, you're going to see yourself in this piece of clothing in a whole different light. But the same thing works at home. So photos work wonders for seeing what something really looks like on yourself. You're going to see it in a different way. You're going to be like, oh, that's hugging me in a place I don't want it to hug. Or you're like, actually, this looks better than I thought it did. So photos are incredible. And then the other thing that really works, especially with outfit building, is creating that Pinterest board, or if you're on Instagram, saving those photos and creating a little folder in there for outfit inspiration, or do a screenshot on your phone. And just by doing the mere thing of saving the photo, you're putting it in your brain to remember and to bring up at a later time. And then, maybe you're sitting and watching TV, flip through those photos. And then when you're getting ready, you're going to be like, oh, I really liked that outfit with the cardigan and the tank top and the jeans and the belt. I'm going to do that today. I'm going to try it. So just by even putting in a little bit of effort of swiping through, saving some photos, you're going to kind of be able to hone into what things are triggering your mind, what's appealing to you, and you're going to try to recreate it and refer back to those photos. When I do outfit building with my clients, or when we go shopping, we take pictures of the outfits that they're liking when they're trying them on, so they can save them and reference it after we're together, because you forget about that stuff. And so it's nice to be able to have that photo. So pictures really work. Even if you're saving someone else's pictures, they work because it's triggering something in your brain, in your memory to bring up, even subconsciously if you aren't thinking about it. So.
And if you're like me and your photos are a mess, you need to learn how to use shared albums so that you can at least categorize them and know what you're looking for, so that it doesn't come up a year later and you're like, why did I take that screenshot?
Yeah, it's true. Title your folders.
Yeah,
Outfits
it's important. Yeah, it's important. Does anybody have questions that we know? They're looking pretty quiet there, Alayne.
Yeah, I think it's fairly easy until you're doing it. And if I could have, I would have had you all in your closets while we went through this, right? Like that's where things really start to happen. But if you're taking notes and you're remembering the big five and you're like, okay, these are what I need to do. And remembering your closet's a party, only your besties are invited. That is key. And just remember that the end goal is to have that streamlined closet that only consists of the items that you love, the items that fit, and that make you feel great. By doing this, you are going to be able to get ready every morning and have it be a positive experience instead of just like another grab my frumpy dumpy t-shirt and whatever, because that's what I do. Because that's not the goal.
No.
Even in COVID.
I think that's important. We need to remember that it's still important to feel, maybe even more so, because we have so much going on in our heads and we can't do the mental health things. Maybe it's even more important for us to be able to take care of ourselves this way, feel good about what we're wearing.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that, you know, when you're at home, you got to be done up to the nines. That's not what it's about. You can still be in joggers and a t-shirt and feel good and look good. It just takes a little bit of effort. And in the next session, when we talk again, there are a few really, really easy styling tips that can make, and I say this and you're going to be like, yeah, right, but they make any outfit look so much more polished, way more pulled together than if you just don't do anything. And so there's just really easy tips and tricks that you can do to make those sweatpant joggers and your oversized t-shirt look actually stylish and like you're going for the athleisure trend. And you're totally not into that, but you're gonna look like it.
That's perfect, because my neighbors don't need to see me running out in the street chasing a kid one more time in my joggers and my oversized t-shirt.
At least you have joggers on.
That's true. That's true.
Could be worse.
The kids usually don't, but I'm usually at least dressed.
It's true.
All the time.
Yeah. So that's the wardrobe edit. But if you do try it and you start and you end up getting frustrated or you just want to give up, I'm always available to answer questions. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not going to charge you by the minute. I'm here to help. And really that's what it's about. So you can be like, okay, these are my items. I don't want to give up. And there's 50 of them. Help. We can go through those 50.
And do you have consignment stores too? If somebody's looking for a recommendation for a consignment store in their area, or some that you think are a little easier?
There's some that I like to look to, or that I take my stuff to. But it is always really location based. I find that people don't really want to travel just to find this consignment store because there are so many. I mean, there's Danielle's consignment. She's central. There's Kristen's consignment. She's really great. She created her garage into a consignment store and she sells online, and she has everyday pieces. She has the high-end pieces. Those are sort of my two. There's also Trends in Kensington, but I'm not really sure what their status is at this current time.
Right.
But there are a lot,
okay,
which is really, really nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So well, I'm here for you.
I know what I'm doing this weekend. Anybody else with questions or before they take the leap and do their closet edit? Yeah.
No.
Well, I'm going to say thank you, Alayne, and I'll turn off the recording before we say goodbye here. But thank you so much. And if somebody wants to find you, I'll make sure that all of your website is on here so that they can just click on that and find you, or find you on Facebook. You have a Facebook page for both of Apostle and just Apostle.
No, just Apostle. Social media is a lot. So I have Instagram or the website for Cover Story.
Okay, perfect. And Instagram, your handle is?
Cover Story Style.
Cover Stories. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you again.
Thank you.
Oh, that's not what I meant to do. I tried to end the meeting. That's not what we want.